you're a salaried PAYG worker with a simple return, one job, a bank account, maybe a HEX debt, and you hand a tax agent $250 every year, this one's for you. Because the villain here isn't the agent. It's the annual fee nobody ever stops to question. Millions of Australian employees with straightforward tax affairs pay an agent every single year for something the tax office gives away free. Today, I'll show you 3 moves. Compare your refund against a free myTax run, work out the agent's real hourly rate, and build your own ATO checklist, all of them free. A standard individual tax return in Australia typically costs between $150 and $400 a year, according to Airtasker's 2024 cost guide and the accounting firm Bentley's. But here's the part nobody tells you. The tax office's myTax does that exact same simple return for $0. So here are the 3 moves. Shadow lodge a free myTax return to compare it, calculate your agent's true hourly rate, and build your own ATO checklist. Each one takes under 20 minutes and everyone is free. Here's the mechanism. The tax office runs a free online system called myTax that pre-fills most of your information, your salary, your bank interest, dividends, and private health for anyone with a MyGov account. For individuals with straightforward affairs, it's designed to do the whole job for you at no cost. Despite that free option sitting right there, multiple industry guides put a basic individual return at $150 to $400 a year. Airtasker 2024 Bentley's. And yes, agent fees are deductible, but you only recover your marginal rate, so a $250 fee at the 32.5% bracket saves you only about $81 ATO cost of managing tax affairs, leaving you $169 out of pocket. The second layer is the hidden hourly rate. Many accountants charge $100 to $300 an hour, and Sydney firms quote up to $400, Airtasker 2024, Adenix 2026. For a simple return, you could lodge in 30 to 60 minutes, paying $250, works out at an implicit $250 to $500 an hour for data entry the tax office already pre-fills. Now picture the cost of doing nothing. That net $169 isn't just gone. It's money you could have invested. Modelled at a 5% real return over a 40-year working life, those redirected fees grow to roughly $20,000 to $30,000. Authors modelling. Every year you delay, you give up another year of that compounding. The myth that keeps people paying is this: I have to use an agent or my return will be wrong and I'll get in trouble. The fact is the tax office actively supports individuals lodging via myTax with pre-fill, step-by-step guidance and clear deduction rules, ATO. There's no requirement for a typical PAYG earner to use an agent, and any mistake can be fixed with an amendment. Put the 2 costs side by side. The annual net cash cost is about $169 on a $250 fee, ATO, author's estimate. And once you add the loss compounding, the lifetime whole reaches up to $26,000, author's modelling, a small fee that quietly becomes serious money. Meet Emily. She's 32, a marketing coordinator in Melbourne on $80,000. She's a single PAYG earner with 1 bank account, 1 HEX help debt, no rental property, no side business. Every year she pays a suburban agent $260 for a standard return. Here's what Emily found. Discovery 1, only $60. When Emily ran a like-for-like myTax simulation for the same job and the same expenses, her agent's refund came out just $60 higher than her own. ATO deduction rules, author's estimate. That's less than a quarter of the $260 fee she was paying. The agent simply applied standard rules she could follow herself. Discovery 2. The deduction doesn't make it free. Emily believed that because the fee is deductible, it basically costs nothing. But at the 32.5% rate, the tax saving on a $260 fee was only about $84.50, author's estimate, leaving her $175.50 out of pocket in real cash, roughly $1,750 over 10 years. Discovery 3, the most jarring one. Emily's appointment runs about 30 minutes, and even allowing 30 more behind the scenes, she's paying $260 for roughly an hour of work. an effective $260 an hour for very basic work, Airtasker 2024. When she tried myTax with ATO pre-fill, she finished the whole return in under 45 minutes for $0. Add it all up for Emily. Her net cost of $175.50 a year, invested at a 5% real return from 32 to 65, grows to about $13,000 in today's dollars. Authors modelling. On a higher Sydney-style fee, that lifetime cost climbs past $20,000, purely for a basic pre-fillable return. So could this be you? You're a single PAYG earner. With one or two simple income sources, you genuinely don't know how much more your agent gets you than myTax would. And you've never once run a free myTax estimate to check. If any of those ring true, these next 3 moves are built for you. 3 moves, let's do them, and prove whether your agent actually earns their fee using free tools you already have. Move 1. Shadow lodge a free myTax return. Log into MyGov, link the ATO online service if you haven't, then under tax and lodgements, recreate last year's return in myTax. But don't submit it. Just go through to the estimated refund page, then compare that to what your agent actually got you on last year's notice of assessment. This is general information, not personal advice. Here's how. Link MyGov to the ATO service as a one-off setup, recreate last year without submitting, and compare the estimate to your agent's notice of assessment. What good looks like. The gap between them is under your agent's net fee. For many simple returns, just $0 to $100. Move 2. Work out your agent's real hourly rate. Find your last invoice and note the fee, then time your appointment plus the time you spend gathering documents, usually about an hour all up. Divide the fee by those total hours and you'll see exactly what you're paying per hour for largely pre-filled work. Here's how. Note the fee on your latest invoice, time the meeting and your prep, then divide fee by total hours. What good looks like. If it works out at $200 an hour or more for a simple return you could do in under an hour, it's economically rational to consider going DIY. Move 3. Build your own ATO checklist. In ATO Online, view your pre-fill report to see exactly what the tax office already has: salary, interest, private health. Then open the deductions you can claim and records you need to keep pages, and write a simple list of your pre-filled items and the regular deductions you claim, with the evidence each needs. Here's how. View your current year pre-fill report via MyGov, read the deductions and records pages, then list your pre-filled items plus your regular deductions. What good looks like. Your list is short, under 10 line items, mostly common deductions, which means you're exactly who myTax was designed for. Why now? Back in 2013, the tax office launched myTax, a free pre-filled return for simple affairs. By 2016, it had expanded pre-fill to cover more income types and become the main online method, ATO. And from the 1st of July 2025, interest charges like GIC and SIC are no longer deductible as a cost of managing tax affairs, ATO, making accurate, on-time lodgement matter more than ever, whether you DIY or not. After you act, check it worked. You should see a myTax estimate that lands close to your agent's refund. Confirm your pre-fill report has loaded all your income before you trust the number. And if the gap between the two is under the net fee, doing it yourself is simply the rational choice. Every figure here comes from the tax office and named industry cost guides, the ATO, Airtasker, Bentleys and Adonix. All the links are below so you can check them yourself. Today you learned how a routine tax agent fee can quietly cost you up to $26,000 over a working life. Next week, is HEX Help indexation silently inflating your student debt every June? If this saved you money, the best thing you can do is subscribe. It tells us to keep reading the fine print so you don't have to. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.